So children, in continuation that we studied regarding types of polynomials, let's take a few examples to understand more better. The first one, 3x. The second, x plus 8. The third, 4x cubed minus 16. And the fourth one, x squared plus 2x plus 8. So children, on the board you can see 4 examples. Let's categorize them. The first example is 3x. Now 3x is only one term, so you can call it as a monomial. Let us look at the degree of the variable. The degree of the variable in 3x is 1. So you can even call it as a linear polynomial. Let's move on to the second example, x plus 8. Here we can see two terms combined with the operation of addition. So you can categorize it as a binomial. Again, looking into the degree of the variable x, the degree is 1. So again you will term it as a linear polynomial. Let's look at the third example, 4x cubed minus 16. Here again the number of terms are 2. 4x cubed is one term, 16 is the second term, combined together with the operation of subtraction. So again children, the type of polynomial that you can call it is binomial. Let us look into the degree of the variable x contained in this example. The degree, as you can see, is 3. So children, it will be termed as a cubic polynomial. Now, let's move on to the last example, x squared plus 2x plus 8. Here children, how many terms do we see? We see 3 terms. The first one is x squared, the second one is 2x, and the third one is 8, combined together with the operation of addition. 3 terms. So can you recall what is it called as? It is called as a trinomial. Again, looking into the degree of the variable. The degree of the variable, the highest degree of the variable x over here is 2. So you will call it as a quadratic polynomial. So children, we took different examples where we segregated the examples into the types of polynomials. The first one was a monomial, as well as you can call it as a linear polynomial. The second one, x plus 8, as you have 2 terms, it is categorized as a binomial and a linear polynomial. The third, 4x cubed minus 16, it is a binomial, as well as you can call it as a cubic polynomial. And the last one is a trinomial, as the degree of the variable is 2, you can call it as a quadratic polynomial. Now children, before understanding what is a quadratic equation, let's understand what is an equation. Over here children, in these 4 examples, can you call either of them as an equation? Definitely not. Then what is an equation? It is a mathematical statement. So what is an equation? A mathematical statement which contains the equality symbol somewhere in between. For example, x plus 2. When I write plus 2, it is called as a polynomial. Can I call it as an equation? No, because there is an absence of an equality sign. I can insert an equality sign and again write a term or an algebraic expression on the right hand side of the equality sign. So what do I have over here, children, now? I have x plus 2 is equal to 3. So the polynomial x plus 2 I have converted into an equation. What is present over there? The symbol of equality. So x plus 2 is equal to 3 can be called as an equation. So what is an equation, children? An equation is a mathematical statement which asserts the equivalence of two expressions. One on the left hand side, one on the right hand side of the equality sign. Let's change x square plus 2x plus 8 of the polynomial into an equation. So what do we insert? We insert a equality symbol. X square plus 2x plus 8 equal to, I can write, is equal to 0. So you have a left hand side, you have a right hand side of what? Of the equality symbol. So the quadratic polynomial is converted into a quadratic equation. So what is a quadratic equation? It contains an equality sign and the highest degree of the variable is 2. So what is a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation involves a quadratic polynomial. Let's write one more example. 3x cubed plus 2 is equal to 5. Can I call this as a quadratic equation? No, children. It is an equation, but can you call it as a quadratic equation? Definitely not. Why? Because we look into the highest degree of the variable x, which is contained in this example. The highest degree is 3. So you can definitely not call it as a quadratic equation. Let's take examples of quadratic equations. The first one, 5x squared plus 2x minus 9 is equal to 0. Second one, x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. Third one, 2x squared is equal to 5. Are these three examples written on the board called as quadratic equations? Definitely. 5x squared plus 2x minus 9 is equal to 0. The highest degree of the variable x over here is 2. As well as this expression contains an equality sign. So you can term it as a quadratic equation. The second one, x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. The highest degree of the variable x over here is again 2. You can see an equality symbol. So this expression, mathematical statement, can also be called as or termed as a quadratic equation. The last one, children, 2x squared is equal to 5. Again, this mathematical statement, expression, contains an equality symbol. The highest degree of the variable x is 2. So definitely it is a quadratic equation. So children, what is a quadratic equation? And quadratic equation involves a quadratic polynomial along with an equality sign. So what do you have? You have a left hand side, you have a right hand side with a number of terms on both the sides. This is called as a quadratic equation.